Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Or good hello.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's morning
Wherever
here.
you are in the world.
Today's topic for our segment is how to reprogram the subconscious mind for business success.
Right. A wonderful big topic, and of course we can't go into a lot of detail here, but we're going to give you the basics, the overview, and then you can take it from there to actually apply it to your own business.
Yeah, I recently read an article. I mean, there's, a gazillion of them out there, but it was talking about, the fact that most small businesses fail.
Yeah.
And that it was recounting, the reasons, kind of the top reasons why small businesses fail, or any business for that matter fails. And they were listing off some of the things. I just wrote down a couple of them. The lack of motivation, lack of focus, sometimes the lack of skill, marketing skills, lack of focus,
lack of support.
Yeah,
I think.
not understanding social media,
not having a big enough mailing list.
Right.
That's another one.
And certainly when it comes to doing online, kind of things like online businesses and that kind of thing, not being authentic and things like that. There's
and judgments as well. Falling for scams.
Exactly.
Trying to make things work that in the first place were never going to work.
Yeah, and I'm sure that people have read those articles, and there's lots more. But what we know about what we do and about what we teach is that all of those things, all of those reasons that those businesses are not being successful, those are really just the symptoms.
Yes.
All of that is really just the symptoms. And so what would you say is the number one reason why most businesses are not successful?
I would say, not having good enough profile shots of your face. No. All right,
okay, that was it. Better photography.
No. It is, of course, subconscious programming. And the reason for that is that in every moment of your day, your subconscious is referring to the proof and evidence in the form of childhood memories that's supporting your limiting beliefs. So, it's referring to those facts, those so-called facts that prove I'm not good enough. People wouldn't be interested. People won't pay for this. It's too expensive. Nobody's going to want to listen to me. I can't write. I can't, I can't deal with people, or any kind of thing that's holding you back. Oh, I'm too busy. I have too much on my plate. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. There's just so much. All of those beliefs, all of those reasons that you have for not moving forward, or I keep choosing the wrong thing, or people don't seem to want to connect with me. All of those things, absolutely everything, is being created from the proof that's in the form of childhood memory. So, and then in real time, your subconscious is referring to the so-called fact that, I don't have confidence, or nobody's going to want to listen to me, then prompting your brain to trigger your organs to produce chemicals that are creating sensations, feelings, emotions, and impulses in your body that are stopping you from moving forward. And it'll come up with whatever it takes to keep you in alignment with those beliefs, those proofs. So I know you have a great example.
Oh, yeah. And I've probably shared it here before. I know I've shared it elsewhere before, but I think it's worth repeating, that I, prior to what we do now, I had another business, and in that business, we would be able to get to a certain level, and then it would just seem like things would back down. Of course, 2008 happened in there, but 2008 happened to everybody. But again, that got to a certain level of income, and then it would come, then it would fall back again. And it was really interesting after we started doing this work, after I started studying the subconscious and how the subconscious works, it was fascinating to go back and find what those proofs and references were. So, long story short, I was able to find a proof or a reference going back to being a very small child, sitting at the dinner table and my father coming home. Now, my father, he was a mechanic, and I'm sure that he kind of came from a family where there was a belief system that it was kind of us against the man kind of thing. That it was there was a lot of talk around the dinner table about the rich bastard's cars that he was working on that day. So what I learned in that, from a very small child, was hearing him talking about rich people in a negative way. And what link was made for me was that rich people were not people that my dad liked. So it was not safe for me to be a rich person because my dad might not love me anymore.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the kind of thing that we're talking about here. Those subconscious proofs that are stored back there in your childhood that your conscious mind now as an adult, I'm going for the gold. I'm trying to make money.
Yeah.
But it's really those subconscious programs in the background that formed who we were, formed those beliefs about who we were, that are holding us in alignment with that.
Right.
I'm never going to be able to get to that level of money because my subconscious is directing me to make decisions about things that are trying to keep me in alignment with that belief that if I achieve too much money, my dad's not going to love me anymore.
That's it. Yeah. And of course, none of this is conscious. So the conscious mind is completely unaware. So we think we're making decisions consciously. We think we are taking action or not taking action and making those decisions and choices consciously. But the conscious mind is controlled by the subconscious mind through the body. So the subconscious referring to its facts, and of course the primary role of the subconscious is to keep you safe, keep you alive, and you've been alive, so you're still alive now. So so the idea is that to keep things the same so that you stay alive. So it's referring to those proof and evidence in the form of your childhood memories, and then prompting your brain to trigger your organs to produce chemicals. And it's those sensations and feelings and emotions and impulses caused by the chemicals that the conscious mind is unknowingly interpreting and acting on and seeing the world through. So, your judgment is affected. So I worked with somebody.
I was just going to mention that you had a really good
good example.
With that.
A client who does day trading or stock exchange anyway. I'm not sure if it's day trading or not. Whatever it is, she's into stock exchange investing, and she was telling me that she has the ideal system. Well, ideals, I suppose none of them is ideal, but she's got a really good system. She's working with a group of people, and the others, so they're all doing the same system. The others are making money. The others are doing really well, pretty consistently, but she is not. And she's doing the same system as they are. But what's happening is, and I don't understand a lot of it, but there's a point where you're supposed to sell and there's a point where you're supposed to hold on. And whatever those points are, she is finding, she knows intellectually and consciously, I should sell now. And she's just not doing it. She just can't. Something stops her. And the other thing is happening as well, where she knows she needs to hold on and she's pressing the button to sell when against her conscious understanding. And what is literally happening is she had some childhood memories that so-called prove that she's stupid. So she had experiences with parents at home and at school where she had these events, these experiences of feeling stupid. And that message was enforced. And so what's happening is, in the moment, she's not feeling stupid. That's not what's stopping her. That's why it's so tricky. She goes to take action or not take action, whichever one it is. Her subconscious is referring to the fact that she's supposed to be stupid, or that she is stupid. That's who she is. It's then prompting her brain to trigger her organs to produce stress chemicals of anxiety or nervousness, so that when she goes to take the right action, it produces these chemicals, and then she either sells because she's scared it'll, so the emotions happen, the fear happens, and then her conscious mind tries to give reason. So she'll know that she's supposed to hold on to whatever it is. She'll feel this anxiety, this fear, and her conscious mind will go, it's because the stock's going to crash or it's going to go down, whatever, I better sell. And she knows intellectually she shouldn't, but this fear is so strong that she sells, and then of course the opposite happens. And the same the other way around. She knows she should sell now, but the same fear and anxiety happen, which cause her to, oh, but maybe it'll go up, and by then it's too late. And so that's the way her subconscious, so then she gets to feel stupid, especially because the others are making money. And so that's how her subconscious is keeping her in alignment with those beliefs and the evidence, which is the childhood memory. So we change the childhood memories, then that doesn't happen anymore. So she goes to she goes to take the action, and she doesn't have any stress feelings. So she can use her intellect and her conscious mind and her knowledge to make the decisions. And her subconscious is now trying to keep her in alignment with the new memories, which is she's successful, she's worthy, she's clever.
Right. No, I was thinking about some of those same type of reactions in my previous business, where I would have a really good run. I'd be in this position of, we're moving, we're selling, we're doing really good. And then I knew consciously that the next thing I needed to be doing was making phone calls and getting the next jobs, lining up the next jobs. And there would be this subconscious fear about grabbing the phone, about being able to pick up the phone and call somebody.
Right.
And, I can look back at it and I can see it now. I can see it really clearly now, that pattern. But in that time when it was happening, it was just that fear of like, I can't pick up the phone.
Right.
And I know that other people are experiencing that
Absolutely.
same kind
I
of
have
thing.
the same thing.
And it doesn't make any sense in the moment, but that's what's going on. Your subconscious is keeping you in alignment with those old programs.
Right. And in my case, my judgment was affected. So I kept doing things that, now I look back and I think, what was I thinking? But in the moment, it seemed like a really good idea. And I could have all the reasons and the logic. And I thought, yes, this is a really good idea. But it's because the subconscious was keeping me in alignment with the failure pattern. So the answer, so what's the answer? So the answer is, rather than trying to deal with the symptoms, which is like, having a weed and just cutting off the branches or the leaves of the weed, you go to the root and you change that. And that is changing the childhood memories. And for guidance on that, where to start, we have a great new little tool that we've created that Steve is posting now, that you can refer to, and that'll take you from the beginning all the way through, step by step, gaining the information, understanding the information on how your subconscious mind is programmed, how it is affecting every moment of your day and all areas of your life, and then how to change it, what to do about it.
And focusing on what's happening right now in your business. Whatever that particular problem is right now, just focusing on that is really never going to get you to the root of the problem.
Exactly. Yes.
You've got to take the time to clear the old subconscious programs that are there.
Because you're just firefighting, and you're just cutting off the branches of the weed, and it'll grow back. And
while you may solve it here, it's going to come up in another. It's going to manifest in another way over here. Yeah. So.
The most effective, reliable, powerful way to create a successful business or improve your business is to leave the leaves and the branches just for the moment. Do what you have to do to keep it going, but take the time,
Yeah.
invest the time to go to those roots and change those. And then you don't need to try, because then it's automatic. You'll
Mhm.
automatically feel the motivation. You'll automatically have the great ideas, the creativity, the productivity, the energy, the skills, the confidence. Everything you need will come automatically without you trying to, force it or make it happen.
And I know that you and I have had this conversation, but we know that from personal experience.
Absolutely.
That now that we've changed our programs,
Yes, it's effortless.
and I'm able to have thoughts, be more creative.
Yeah.
The fear that I had about business and that kind of thing in the past just isn't there anymore. And I know that I'm moving in a different direction. And sometimes I'll sit back and it's like, I just did that.
And
really, I just did that.
That's it. And those of you who are following us on Patreon can see the results. We've done an enormous amount in a very short time, and it's effortless. We're loving it, and it's coming easy. And if anything does come up that we think, oh, I'm a bit worried, whatever, we clear those memories. We change those memories.
Right.
And then it's effortless.
And speaking of Patreon,
yes,
if I can, a shout out to our Patreon community. Yay! We reached, our first
goal today,
which we're really excited about. So thanks to all of you that have joined our Patreon community.
We love you all.
And we're just having so much fun creating content over there and building that community. So if you haven't had a chance to check us out over there, please do. I think there's links to that in the stuff that I just posted today. But we're loving what we do. So come check out what we're doing there. What do we want to say about anything else?
Just Fast Rating Fridays is today. It is for our Patreon community. So pop over to Patreon.
You can still sign
up. You can still get in. And that's Fast Rating Friday. I think that's about it for now. And of course, our Tuesday evening meeting as well. That's also Patreon.
And of course, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below in the comment section. We're always checking comments, and we'd love to answer questions.
Yeah, and have a fabulous day.
Bye for now.